My name is Matthew Paskey, and I was a member of Team Blue alongside Kaylee, Anna, and Sydney. Before I go into the overall reflection of this particular group assignment, I'd like to reflect on my past experiences. Going into this project, I had relatively low expectations. I feel like with group projects, it always seemed like there was one or two people that were doing the bulk of the work, and then everybody else would kind of just coast off of that grade. So with this being an online course, I was kind of skeptical about how that would work since we weren't going to really meet in person. It was going to be done more so over text, email, and other media. But I'll say right out the gate, once Sydney was assigned as our group leader or project manager, she responded to each and every one of us well before the deadline. She made it known, we could reach her at any moment, what's most convenient for her as far as text, call, social media, whatever it may be. She also made it known that she does have a job, numerous classes. She has a newborn child, so she's got a hefty workload herself, along as all of us. We're taking numerous classes. We all have jobs, stuff like that. But within those first couple messages, we were definitely brainstorming about, are we going to do a Word, PowerPoint, Prezi, what would be most convenient for the group. So we decided on a Word document through a group email that we'd be able to access at any moment. Each person can go in and do their assignment. Pretty much, we wanted to do it where any person could go on at any time of day without necessarily logging into someone's email or doing this. More so a group page specifically tailored for us to go in and do our work at any moment. I will say getting closer to the deadline, trying to communicate to Sydney became a little hard. We weren't getting certain response. It turned out she was actually having other obligations at home that were going to make her step down from project manager. And, that was definitely caused some panic a little bit. I started to worry slightly. But I will say Anna and Kaylee took the reins, kind of picked up the pieces, and helped get this project back on track. Anna especially made it known that, we still want this to be an equal workload. So what we did is we automatically gave Sydney the summary, because it would be a little bit easier for her to kind of go in and do a summary after we did, the first couple sections. But with that being said, we're not saying that the summary is the easy part. A strong summary is just as important as a strong introduction or core. It's what you're leaving on, what you're leaving the audience with. So she knocked it apart as far as the summary went. So Anna was really cool about just making sure, like, hey guys, what do any of you have a preference on what you like to do going into this? And I took the introduction. I will say that Dr. Lanigan made the introduction very easy to follow. She left us with a template. And it kind of, even though it was a template, we were allowed to be creative and tailor it as we please. Kaylee took the target lesson, and Anna took the background, as well as Sydney doing the summary kind of conclusion. So we each were well aware of what parts we had to do. I will say it was more of an informal, casual type of group project. With that being said, it wasn't so laid back where we weren't getting work done, but it wasn't so strict where it felt stressful. And what was very good about this project was, since we had a group page for us to do our project, we were able to check each other's progress at any moment and kind of critique each other, provide feedback. So it made for just a very good experience as far as everybody was making sure everybody was on track. No one was, we didn't have to pick up anybody else's slack. It was a great experience. We communicated primarily through email. We never, at any moment, were face-to-face. It was always email, text, even some social media, such as, like Messenger, stuff along those lines. And then everybody was super understanding of each other's obligations. I work a full-time job, so I primarily have to take online classes. But what we did was we said, okay, this is due, on a Monday. Let's make sure we put in the work now and get it done by Friday beforehand. That way we can go in, we could all kind of critique each other, fix what needed to be fixed, and then submit it Monday. And that actually worked because it didn't seem like we were, it didn't seem like we were to the wire, It seemed like since we finished early, it gave us some breathing room to kind of go in there, take our time, and adjust what needed to be done, and it worked. But I will say that Anna, I do think she was the reason why this group worked so well. Everybody was great. The introduction, like I said, some may think that's typically an easier part of an assignment, which in many cases it may be, but I wanted to go in there giving just as amount of effort as everybody else. I didn't want to be known as a guy that's taking the easy part right out the gate. I still wanted to go in there and give an extreme amount of effort. A lot of intros can be pretty short. I want to give a good amount of length. I want to be very thorough. I want it to be a stepping stone for everybody else to build off of. So with that being said, I wanted to give plenty of examples, plenty of principles. I want to give an overall direction for not only the audience, but for my group members to work off of. Like I said, it was a very informal, it was a very nice kind of casual vibe. And I was very pleased. It definitely changed my ways of how I thought about group projects. Group projects and team projects can definitely work, especially in an online setting, as long as there's communication. That was, though, now that I look at it, if we didn't have the level of strong communication that we had in this project, it would have been a failure. Everybody was making sure they were contacting each other daily. If we look at our emails, there's probably close to 100 emails going back and forth, which I think is very positive. Overall, that's really all I have to say. I'll say that Dr. Lanigan continue to do group and team assignments like these because I think everybody had similar expectations going into this, and you made it very easy to work. Thank you.